Good morning on day, I don't know, 1:30 something. Getting ready to head back out to trail. Alright, officially starting the bob. Be about 100 and some miles, 5+ days, which seems like a lot since we've been spoiled with like 2 to 3 day food carries. Pack's feeling a little heavier than it has been, but I'm still excited to take on the bob. The smoke seems to have cleared for the time being, so it's making for some very pretty walking. It's like a little lunch party. This is a feature aptly named the Chinese wall. One of the trademark things we get to see in the Bob Marshall. Grey Goose just informed me that in 12 miles we'll be walking along that, so, because Grey Goose knows things.
Before 12 miles.
Before 12 miles. Sweet. So I've been working on a climb for a little bit here, and I finally just turned a corner and can see things, and wow. We'll see what it looks like from the top. So I think this is going to be looking behind me, so I'm not going to get to see this again, but very cool. Headed down the other side. Good morning on day 137. Had ice on my tent this morning, so it's definitely getting colder again in the mornings. I gotta remember to sleep with my filter. I did last night, but I haven't been as consistent about that because I went through such a period of time where it was pretty warm. But fall is definitely on its way in. So I misunderstood what Gray was trying to tell me about this wall last night. It is 12 miles long, and then we walk alongside it for several miles, which is pretty cool. It looks pretty neat with the sun hitting it this morning, and then the stars above it last night were pretty spectacular too. This is looking back behind me now. Looks like I will be walking away from the Chinese wall. Huckleberry time. I set out my tent to dry, and apparently something about it is very attractive to these butterflies. I'm on an alternate right now called the Spotted Bear alternate. It seems to be the path choice through this section. There's a surprising number of hikers right in this area right now. You know, you spend a lot of time where you really don't see a lot of other people, but suddenly here towards the end, we're all kind of clumping back up. It's interesting. This looks like a pleasant little setup. It's always amazing to me how it can be so cold in the morning, literally freezing. And in the afternoon, I'm so hot and sweaty. I mean, I am climbing a mountain, but still. This is from the top of Switchback Pass. And yes, there were a lot of switchbacks. It's the Dr. Seuss plants. I can't remember what they're called for real. I don't know if I ever really learned. But I haven't seen these since Washington on the PCT. Well, hello there. Aren't you supposed to run away at this point? Yes, I think that would be best. There we go. Half-hearted, but okay. Good morning on day 138. Another chilly morning. Didn't see any ice this morning, but it certainly feels just as cold. We ended up pushing pretty big miles yesterday. Did a bit over 30. And we might do that again today. So those are bigger miles than I had kind of planned for in this section. But maybe I'll get to East Glacier a day earlier than I expected. We'll see. Good morning. I'm glad you didn't take off and scare me, but hi. Not worried about the fact that I could practically pick you up right now? No, just gonna go walking down the trail with me. Okay, there you go. So because I've been walking through so much fern area today, which means there's been a general lack of shade, which means it's hot. So today is another day where I started the day walking with my fingers tucked into my armpits because they were so painfully cold. And then in the afternoon, I find myself periodically patting my shirt against my stomach to soak up drips of belly sweat. Yeah, there you go. In case I've ever been in danger of over glamorizing through hiking. Belly sweat. You would think this really shouldn't be that tiring because plants are like, you know, not super heavy. You just kind of whack them out of the way with your body. But I've been doing this for several miles now. I'm tired. Good morning on day 139. I am 20-something miles away from East Glacier Village. Like under 25, I think. So definitely within striking distance. Should get there this afternoon. That's a day earlier than I had anticipated. So I get to eat lots of snacks this morning. And what that means is that I'll end up taking a 0 tomorrow. Nate, who has made a few appearances in some of my other videos, is going to be meeting me in East Glacier Village, and he's going to hike to the Canadian border with me. So I'm excited to see him, and he won't get there until tomorrow. So yeah, I'll just be resting up and getting ready for the very last section of this trail. So these mountains across the way, I believe I'm getting my first glimpses of Glacier National Park. So I'm on a very windy road walk into East Glacier Village right now. I'm probably a few, 2 or 3 miles out, I think. And it definitely feels a little surreal being here. It's a tough feeling to describe, truthfully, because there's a part of my brain that is like, how did this happen? How did I get here? And of course I know that I'm here because I've been walking for nearly 140 days, 1 foot in front of the other. And if you do that long enough, you end up on the other side of the country. There's a little song that I made up that I would kind of sing to myself sometimes while I was hiking. And I think I probably changed the lyrics and the tune just a little bit every time I did it, but I had to title the song. The song was probably "You Will Get There." And basically it was just something, if I was tired of walking but I had a bit further to go, it was something I'd sing to myself to just kind of encourage myself that if I just keep walking, if I just keep doing what I'm doing and I don't give up, I will get there. And so I guess that's how I got here. And, you know, truthfully, with so little of this trail left, there's a part of me that feels like I've already finished. Like I'm so close, it feels like I'm there. And getting to walk through Glacier National Park is this sort of cherry on top bookend to a really pretty incredible journey.